Jamaican food, Peruvian food. I love food, I guess. So the thing is that today I'm going to be making tacos inspired by a really good restaurant out in Arizona where I'm from called Taco Guild. My wife introduced me to them years ago. And I can tell you, if you're in the Arizona area, like you live in Arizona, or you're gonna be going to Arizona, definitely stop at Taco Guild in Phoenix. They make amazing tacos. The place used to be a cathedral of all places, and they turned it into a restaurant and bar.
Brothers and sisters, we gather here today to eat delicious tacos. It is my firm belief that if we continue to eat delicious tacos, we will all be guided towards a true light that could truly save us all. So let's get together and eat some tacos.
It's religious, but I think the only way I can sit in a restaurant is, or in a church for that matter, is if there's some alcohol involved. But so I'm going to be making 2 different tacos today. Yes, 2 different tacos, and it's going to be cherry steak tacos and their cherry steak taco. I'm going to get as close to it as I can. And I'm also going to be making a lamb taco, semi-inspired by their lamb taco. But I'm very excited, so let's go ahead and make some tacos. And unfortunately, I don't have any tequila to go with it, but I think I'll get by with vodka. Okay, so we're starting off with a leg of lamb. This is about 2.2 pounds, and it says premium, I can't read today, Australian boneless Butterfield lamb leg from Willow Bend. Thank you, Willow Bend, and thank you, little lamb. I love you very much. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start our leg of lamb. That's our leg of lamb right there. And in a bowl, we're just gonna make the rub for the lamb, which is gonna be 2 tablespoons of decaf coffee. It's got the decaf coffee there. And then 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. 2 tablespoons of chipotle powder. 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper, or you can use chili powder if you're not really good with heat, but I like to use cayenne pepper. And then we're going to go ahead and give this a quick mix soon after we add a tablespoon and a half of garlic powder. Let's go ahead and give it a mix and set aside. We're going to be using this quite a bit throughout the recipe, not just on the lamb, so keep that in mind. So here's our leg of lamb, and I accidentally put some salt and pepper on it before I did this, so mistake on my end. But we're going to add some honey as a binder and then salt and pepper heavily. And then we're going to give it a good rub and flip in just a second here after we go ahead and put our rub on. And then we want to go ahead and do that to the other side. Some honey. This is my favorite side. This has more of the fat from the leg of lamb. And here I'm using a tablespoon or a teaspoon because I didn't want to get my hands all sticky again. So you can do the same if you want. So salt and pepper after the honey, and then our rub again. All right, up next we have tri-tip. So this is just over 2 pounds, 2.37 pounds. And I like to use tri-tip, and I like to use skirt steak a lot for my tacos. You can go with like a ribeye, just any fatty steak as well to make this. So let's go ahead and get it started. Too bad, usually these things are really tough. Okay, so there is our tri-tip. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and season it.
All right, so I got my grill going and everything. I went ahead and I put lard. I like to put lard down on my surface a lot. I'll do oil too, but today I want to do lard. So I'm going to start off with the tri-tip. Put this bad boy right here. Then I'm going to move to the lamb. I'm going to put it more over here because for some reason this burner in the middle doesn't get as hot. I'm going to set it right there. I'm going to close this up and we'll be back.
All right, so while the meat is on the grill, I'm going to go ahead and start working with my sliced poblanos that are going to be deep fried. The flour is going to include some of that coffee rub that we talked about earlier. And so I'm just going to quickly go through these and deep fry them in some oil. I'm using peanut oil, but you can use whatever kind of oil you want. And as you can see, they're just kind of lightly coated. They're not like too coated, but they come out really crispy in the end. Okay, let's start working on the glaze for our steak. And so in a pan over medium heat, I'm going to go ahead and add in a 1/4 cup of tart cherries with some of their juice. Now, don't be like me and put the oil in before, put it in later. So it's about 2 tablespoons of oil. And then I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of roasted garlic paste. Now, if you don't have this, that's fine. You can just use regular garlic, mince, whatever you want to do. It's perfectly fine, but it is pretty tasty. So after that, I'm going to add in 4 chipotle chilies in adobo sauce. And you can usually find these at your grocer. They're in little cans. They're really nice to have around. They're very inexpensive. And then after that, I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of red wine, followed by salt and pepper, about a tablespoon of salt and pepper, really to taste. And then I'm going to add in 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar after that salt and pepper. That's going to give it a little bit more sweetness. I'm not big on sugar in recipes, but this one has to have sugar. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in a tablespoon of smoked paprika. Again, if you don't have it, you can use regular paprika. It's perfectly fine. Keep this at a simmer, and then I'm going to blend this with half of a lime's juice and just blend it on high.
All right, so we have our meat going and everything on the grill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that glaze that we call it for the steak, the tri-tip here, and I'm going to start brushing it on because we're almost there. These are thick cuts, so I'm letting them go for longer. I like all my lamb, my beef, I like it rare, but I'm letting it go for a little bit longer because they're so thick. I don't want them to be too chewy. So I'm just going to brush this on just like that. I can give it quite a bit. All right, now the name of the game is to drop the heat. So I had this all very high. So I'm just gonna drop the heat on the grill. I'm gonna leave the top open so it cools off a little bit. Then I'm gonna close it and let them slowly bake in there. I'll probably take the lamb off really soon in the next 10 minutes and just put it in the oven on warm. And I'll keep the steak where it's at for a little bit on very low heat because these are pretty much done. And I will wrap the lamb when I take it off. I'll probably put in some tin foil or something and then put it in the oven.
All right, so we're moving on to the aioli. And as you can see, I had an accident with my mayonnaise. It was out and it just completely just went everywhere. It just went everywhere. I have no nice word to say here. So to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of avocado oil here. Use the oil of your choice. I love avocado. And then I'm going to add in a whole poblano, which I sliced up. And then I need to add the juice of 1 lime, but I couldn't find my juicer. And then I just magically realized where it was. So I'm running over there, grab that real quick, and juice that whole lime. Then, if you've watched this channel before, you know this about me. I like a lot of garlic. So I'm going to say 3 to 5 cloves. I put in 5, but it's up to you how many you want. It's your recipe at the end of the day. And then I'm going to get a can of chipotle peppers. So these are chipotle peppers in adobo. Put about 2 of those in there. And then about some salt and pepper to taste. And I follow up with some more Kewpie mayo there on top of that because my Hillman's ran out. And I'm going to go ahead and blend this on high. And that is our chipotle aioli. This is the lamb. This is the tri-tip. I'm going to go ahead and start dicing these through and making them as fine as possible. Not too fine, but 1/2 inch cubes each. And then I'm going to put them in the tacos. All right, so we got a plate now. So I have my tortillas here. They've been crisped in the gristle from the beef fat and the lamb fat that we had out there. And so I'm gonna go ahead and start with my lamb taco right here. And then I'm gonna move to my beef taco.
right here with that cherry steak. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add some poblanos to the beef taco right there. I'm gonna add some pickled red onions to both. Just a little bit of cilantro to both of them. Right. So the beef taco, it's not normal, but it gets a little bit of blue cheese. Just a little bit. The lamb taco gets a little bit of cotija cheese. There. That's it. There we go. And so there's one more thing here that we have to add. And that is some aioli that we made earlier. And that's it. Well, all right, so we're here, and you know, I'm really excited. I haven't had this in a long time. So I'm gonna start with the lamb taco first. All right, here it is. That is so good. Wow. Honestly, I don't know how the beef taco is going to beat this lamb taco. With that espresso taste, with all the coffee in it, we'll see. All right, so now the beef taco, right here. See how this goes. I do not know which one is better than the other. Honestly, they're both really good. They're both good. I don't know. I've outdone myself here. And thank you, Taco Guild, because you pushed me to another level for tacos. But yeah, this is... honestly, I really don't know. I've outdone myself here. I think that this is a much better taco than both of them are much better tacos than I could ever imagine that I could make. So, thank you, Taco Guild. And hey, if you go to the Phoenix area or you live in Arizona and you can be near Taco Guild, definitely check them out. Their tacos are amazing. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. And tell me recipes that you want too. You know, like that you would like me to make, and I'll try my best to make sure that it happens. So thank you, and yeah, have a good day. I'm gonna eat more of these tacos, so that's what I'm doing.